I saw you did a song from Sgt. Pepper's from the Beatles for a Mojo compilation album.
Yeah.
You did Within You, Without You.
Yeah.
Why that one?
Because the call came in that we got to choose our songs, and sort of within 5 minutes they were all chosen, and no one chose that one. I think maybe because it's the most, maybe it's the most difficult because of the sitar, and maybe it's so pretty and perfect the way it is. Maybe no one wanted to redo it. I certainly don't know that I would have chosen it if I would have gotten the chance. But, you know, because it's intimidating, of course, and so I just sort of used my voice, because I was in a mountain in Kentucky when I decided to record it. There wasn't a sitar around for miles, so, you know, that's my excuse. I didn't have a sitar, but I just used my voice kind of in some of the parts where you just really needed to hear it, and I just kind of took it out of, because you couldn't duplicate that experience that George Harrison had and that they had when, you know, when they were going through that. So I just kind of tried to make it something new. It was really the only thing. Maybe creativity out of limitations or something.
Yeah, okay. But it was not like that song was very special for you before you recorded that?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was definitely probably one of my favorites on the record, and I listened to the record, of course, as a kid, tons and tons. So yeah, my first thought was that would be the perfect song, but my next thought was, how dare I try to redo that song? I'm not even going to touch it, kind of. Yeah. So then I had to do it, and so I ended up being glad, because it's my style. It fit in with my style. I just had to be brave.
Brave.
And I had to pray to George Harrison to come and help me.
Okay.
I don't know if he did or not. I think he did.
Yeah, all right.
He was there for just a minute.
Yeah, how did that feel?
I wasn't sure whether he didn't really care, I don't think. He just kind of was like, you know, I don't know.
Okay.
The vibe I got was that, like, just whatever, just do it. I did it.
Yeah, okay. You said you listened to that album tons of times when you were a kid?
I mean, when I was a kid, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah? Well, your parents listened to it, or?
No, my parents, I say as a kid, and I mean, like, post 16, because we didn't really have music in the house, and we didn't have a record player or a tape player or anything like that. And we kind of listened to music in the car, but maybe oldies in the car or something. Oldies, like 50s music.
Okay. So
but my family they don't play instruments or anything like that, so.
There wasn't really music around there?
No, not really. I kind of had to seek it out on my own. Like, I found a guitar, and I was like, what is this? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, that's just an old guitar. I think Willie Nelson played it once or something.
Willie Nelson played it?
And that's the story. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what my mom said. She was like, I think, you know, your dad took that to Vegas and asked Willie Nelson to play it one time.
Okay, because you grew up at a farm?
Sort of, yeah. Just
in
like
Wisconsin?
Animals, yeah. Yeah, in Wisconsin.
Yeah, and there wasn't any music?
Not in my house.
How was your young years? What did you do around that?
I just really was outside, because outside of my house I had this forest. Like, we're right in the edge of a forest, and so I had, like, all this, you know, I sort of knew the forest like you would know your town. You know, I know, like, where the thin weeds are, and I had little names for all the places, and I had this, like, giant tree. It was like a pine tree that came out of, like, a hill like that, and you could, like, peer back the branches and climb down underneath, and I, like, lived underneath that tree all summer, and, you know, I put pictures up in there, and I ran cords up there and put a little light out there, and I just decorated it and things like that, and collected bird nests and put them around.
You made really your own space.
Yeah.
There.
Well, I thought if I put pictures up, I could survive in the wild. You know, you think, like, if I've got to survive, I don't know, I always thought, like, I'm going to have to survive in the forest someday, because, you know, everything's going to collapse, so better decorate the trees. I don't know. I'm not very smart. I probably need some siding before, some walls before I need pictures, but